Welcome to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Skull Merchant as always, using a really interesting build, using a perk that is from Chucky because Chucky came out in this update. First, we're using Surge, very simple. Moving down a survivor, all generated 32 meters away from that survivor will automatically explode, lose 8%. Desolation, making it easier to chase survivors after we injure a survivor. After waiting 3 seconds, the perk activates for 20 seconds. If they pass by a pallet, it breaks automatically. We have batteries included. What this perk does, if a generator is completed and we are near that generator, 12 meters near it, we gain a 5% haste boost that lasts forever, and then lasts 5 seconds after we leave the 12 meter zone. And we have score drink pain resistance. I don't know what the perk does. I'm not even going to explain it to you. We have battle targeting processor to make it so that way claw traps survivors move 30% additional slower, and pros out rotor to make the drone spin faster. So this update, Chucky has come out, and we're going to be using all 3 of his perks. All 3 of his perks are actually pretty good. I just gotta figure out builds with them. But this is the first video of me using some of these perks. So batteries included is actually insanely strong if used correctly, but it's kind of not really up to you, if that makes any sense. But I'll explain more as we continue playing the game. Without further ado, let's straight to the game so I can show you how great this build is. Welcome to Father Campbell's Chapel on the Kronos Pin Asylum. That's a weird place for a chapel. But anyway, we are on this map, and this map is actually a good example of how batteries included is a really good perk, because there's some really good loops we can put here, really good drones you can put everywhere, but then also the main building is in a really good spot where it's possible for us to use batteries included and get a speed buff. So right here I'm going to chase this David, but I was hoping the pallet would not appear on this side, but sadly it did. So that means that I have to try and find a way to get him, but he's going to go back towards the generator, so I'm like, great. And then someone already held my drone, I'm like, fine. So I was like prepared mentally to get him droned up, but he was like, well, someone was right behind him and was like, I'm going to use my disabling and disable drones, and I'm like, yay. That's why I kind of wish that the drones had like a 10-second grace period, like a 15-second grace period where you could disarm them, but I guess that'd be a little too strong, but I don't know. But anyway, it's fine, then we lost him, but I found the original girl who probably disabled my drone in the first place. I know she can't make the window, so I'm going to hit her, and now she's probably like, what the F? That hit me? I'm over here like, yes. She didn't drop the pallet for some reason, so I'm like, she's definitely going around. So I know I'm going to be able to not get her, but she got stuck on the wall. I don't know what she was doing, honestly. I don't know why she did that. But either way, we got her down, and now we can hook her. Now, the only problem batteries included is there's 2 problems. The first problem is the fact that it's one of those perks that requires a generator to be completed in order for it to activate. And that is a terrible thing. I think I said in one of my videos before, I was like, a perk that requires a generator to be completed must have a really good, ability, if that's the case. Because having to lose a resource that you're trying to protect in order to gain something is not good design. I would have hit that girl right there, but for some reason I auto-aimed into the wall instead of auto-aiming to her butt. So that's fun. But it's fine because I want to chase her now if I can find her. But that's the first problem with the perk. The second problem with the perk, but the main problem that I have, is sometimes generators will be completed like nowhere near you. So there's not really a point in having the perk. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, there's a generator behind me near the horse. If they do that one, I would have to go 12 meters near it. See the devil, they probably just did it actually. I would have to go 12 meters near it in order to get the speed buff. But if I do that, then I am not going to be near any other survivors or other generators. And if there's no generator, there's no survivors over there, then there's not really a point in being over there, honestly. But the benefit of it is, if someone does run over there, I do get a 5% haste buff for no reason, so that's fun. But that's why I don't like the perk very often, because I was using it in some other using it in some other games so I could try and test it out to see if I liked it or not. And I liked it, but it felt like the perk was good, but then I would have to basically be in a position where I actually was near the gen. Like right now, you see I'm near the gen, so I got a 5% haste buff, and it honestly probably helped me get to that girl. But I don't know. So the girl, Cheryl, she killed herself on the hook, and she's like, oh my god, the Skull Merchant. The killer hooked me twice because I was injured and I was near her. Wow. Tunneling, and then she left the game. And then the Meg was like, my teammate died. I'm done. And then she became a bot. Then they complete the gen above me, So I'm like, not above me, near me. So my haste buff is still, near me. So now I'm gonna go after this guy who almost has his generator completed. And sadly, they have a really annoying loop up here. I hate the main building on this map. It's not that bad, but sometimes it can be really annoying. I'm gonna hit Dwight because Dwight is annoying and he must die. So now he can go towards the shack, and I'm mad at myself because I got rid of the pallet. I got rid of the drone here. I was hoping that if I turned right a little bit, he would decide to not go that way, but he decided to still go that way anyway. So there's no way I'm gonna hit him before he can make it to the pallet because there's just no way. But I'm gonna try and chase him anyway. He's gonna definitely vault this window, which I expected. But I don't really want to chase him anymore because I know I'm not gonna be able to hit him because it's like this is a shack, and shack is kind of hard to loot. But he got a claw trap on him, which means nothing honestly unless he gets slowed down. But he's gonna drop the pallet because he's smart. But he didn't drop the pallet. Then he drops it, and then he vaults it, and then it breaks, and I'm like, yes! And I'm like, yay! Desolation value, I love Desolation. But it's funny, because I don't even know how Desolation activated. Oh, I know what happened. Because the David over there got injured, Desolation activated. That's why Desolation is so good. Like, someone on the entire wrong end of the map can activate Desolation for you, and then you get value out of it. But it's so funny. But yeah, that's the reason why we got that down. But yes, this build is really interesting. If you like this build, you tell me. Another thing, like for example, the main building generator just got completed, so now my expired batteries, my batteries included, is not activated. So then I got a 5% haste buff that activated, and then I got another 5% haste buff that activated because I'm near the edge and I got completed. So now I'm just moving really fast, and because I'm undetectable, I basically was moving 5% faster than usual while being undetectable and going around the entire map. So it was just a really good combination. That's how I caught that David off guard. And now David's on the hook, and now all I have to do is worry about these last 3 generators, because I know, well, last 2 generators actually, because David is already on the hook, and Dwight is probably doing the generator in the main boot. In the shack. Then I'm finding this bot. I'm like, why is this girl running in a straight line like that? And it hit me as a bot. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Meg gave up because she was like, oh my gosh, my teammate's dead. Bye. And I'm like, sure, you do that. Now, bots are kind of easy to loot with Skull Merchant because the second you put a drone up, they purposely leave the loot because they know that's a bad idea to be trying to loot where a drone is. And as a result, I was able to get a quick down, and that's how you win. And she screams loudly in my ear. But yes, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me if you think the build is pretty good. I like it. I just don't like... I like expired batteries, but I feel like it's kind of niche. That's why I don't like certain perks. Like, do I think expired batteries is meta? No. Do I think it's a good idea to use it? Yeah, but I feel like they need to add more gen perks. Then they need to add more, like, utility perks. Like, having a haste perk is nothing wrong with that, but I feel like they need more gen perks because the gen perks they have right now are really good, but it still feels like sometimes survivors do generators too fast because that's the only objective they really have to do, so it can be really annoying. Right there, you can see the complete strength of batteries included. I had a 5% haste buff. They had a 10%. I had a 5% haste buff plus a 2% haste buff because the guy had a claw trap on him, or a 3%. I mean, because he had a claw trap on him. Then they had a 10% debuff plus a 3% debuff because of the battle targeting process. So I moved, I believe, 6% faster than usual, and they moved 13% slower than usual. And you have to also remember, made for this is not a perk anymore. Well, it's not the same anymore. So basically, I'm really happy. Because at the time of the update, they added a Chucky and they added some changes. One change that they nerfed made for this. Made for this now is different. Well, the way it works now is if you are wounded, you get the 3% haste buff. Instead of you being injured, you get 3% haste buff. And it's kind of funny because this guy stopped struggling, and because he stopped struggling, I was actually able to get to this hook. If he didn't stop struggling, I would never have got to the hook, so that's kind of funny. But it's kind of funny because someone literally commented on my video, like right before I was making this video. Someone commented and they said, I don't play this trash killer. How can you play this killer knowing it's annoying for survivors or something like that? And then I responded with like 3 paragraphs. Not really paragraph, but 3 different things I said. I was just like, first thing, there's way stronger killers to deal with than Skull Merchant. Second thing, Skull Merchant has a bunch of problems. And lastly, how can you say the killer is, I've never played this trash killer before, meaning you've never played Scorpion at one time, but you're talking about how she's super annoying, but again, you never played it before, so it's like, how would you know? Like, you're saying she's annoying to play against, but you never played it before, so it's like you don't know the actual struggles that you can have while playing her. So it is kind of confused me, like, what are you talking about? Like, you're kind of annoying. Not like in a bad way, but like, what are you talking about? Because I don't understand how someone could complain about Scormer, not complain about Scormer, but complain about the killer having something strong when the killer is supposed to be strong, or the killer being annoying when the killer is supposed to be, you know, annoying and or strong. It just made no sense to me. But that's how I felt, because I was like, it reminded me of Made for This, because Made for This got nerfed because it was being used by every survivor ever created, and giving yourself a 3% speed buff is insane. That lasts forever as long as you're injured. People would rather stay injured than they would stay healthy. And having that 3% haste buff really does help you get from one loop to another loop. Now, Made for This is actually pretty good against Skull Merchant, because Skull Merchant drones can get you de-wounded, but it's not really worth using it either, because basically you have to fight against a certain killer that can get you de-wounded, and then you get a 3% haste buff, which doesn't really matter because the de-wound will eventually go away. You're gonna have to cleanse it, unless you literally can't cleanse it. Then I guess like you get a speed buff, but I don't think Made for This is worth using anymore, and that makes me happy because I hate Made for This. But that was a really kind of quick game actually. So now we have one more game to show y'all, because I want to show you how good this build is, with batteries included, and I'll see y'all in the next game. Let's see how well we do this time. The Underground Complex, one of my favorite maps. Well, I lie, actually, is probably my favorite map of the entire game. I am still getting used to how to play this map with Skull Merchant, because it can be a little frustrating. As you can see, I did change my add-ons. I changed it from being randomized strobes and vital targeting processor to vital targeting processor and what's it called? Oop, I forgot the name of the add-on, but I know what it does. Basically, it makes me untouchable longer. So I'm gonna see on this girl. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, what? Skull Merchant can teleport?" Bing! Like, no. She just, I seen that on you, so I win. She's gonna immediately go up here, because up here is a little annoying. Then she's gonna go back down, because instead of using the pallets that exist on this floor, she's like, I'm gonna go down and upstairs instead. And then we get a quick now, and immediately down her right here. So because of that reason, I'm going to hook her. Another thing about it, I don't think I got any surge value last game I played. Because I don't remember, I mean, yeah, any surge value last game I played was kind of funny, but oh well. So I really like this map with Skull Merchant, because there are some really good drone spots. Like, actually amazing. That it makes it really fun to play. Now the problem is it's also some really bad drone spots, and it feels like sometimes you get more bad drone spots than good ones, because the map layout can change every single time you play. So some rooms are non-existent and some rooms are existent, and you're just like, well, I really wish I had a good drone here. So this girl is gonna run in front of me because I'm untouchable. There's no where I'm coming from. And there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but I purposely don't go after him because I noticed that he was disabling all my drones and he wanted me to chase him. So I just decided to not ever chase him, because I hate people who want me to chase them, because I won't fall for the trick. Because most of the time, people who want you to chase them know what they're doing, or just want to waste your time. That way you can chase them, they loop you for like 2 minutes, and then you end up losing 2 gens because you got looped for 2 minutes. I go back up here because I hit the generator on the top floor, and I'm like, wait, what? And lo and behold, there's someone right here, so now I'm going to go after them. And they're not going to get really any distance from me because I got a speed buff. And she didn't go for the rescue, surprisingly, and now she's down here. So I'm like, great. And because of my little tiny speed buff I have, and then Desolation gonna break that pallet, we down the survivor. I love Desolation. Literally, I use Desolation in every build because it really is Scummer. Like, one of Scummer's best perks. Like, having the ability to break pallets is so good. Not having to worry about chases sometimes. And if they slow vault the pallet, you still have a high chance to catch them because they're slow vaulting it, so you can go around and hit them. Now I'm gonna see someone running, so I know that it's the guy over there, but I'm like, no. I'm not gonna go after you. Instead, I'm gonna go after the generator again, because I know someone's probably on it. So I'm gonna try and become untouchable. And lo and behold, someone's on the gen. But instead, it's the same girl who was just got hooked. So I'm like, well, I'm going after you again because why not? So I was hoping that drone would scan her, but of course I am unlucky. The drone does not scan her. There's a pallet right here. I'm putting a drone right here, and ignore the pallet. Now she's gonna get scanned one time by a drone. I believe she needs one more scan, and she's actually claw trap. I make her above the pallet. I think she had live actually, but she still got hit because she had made a lot of distance. But like I said before, there's really good drone spots on this map because there's like a certain corridor you just cannot go without getting hit by a drone. So it's just really good to put your drones in the right spot. This room right here I hate. I think it's this room. This room's really annoying. I don't know what that was a weird camera angle. She couldn't really do anything because Desolation exists. That's why I like Desolation, because it's like in certain situations really strong pallets or really annoying pallets become like bad if you use Desolation. So as you can see, that generator across the entire map is the one that got touched, which means that I cannot if I go over there, I mean batteries included will activate. But the problem is I have to go over there, and I'm not trying to go over there unless I have to. So because of that reason, I kind of feel like this perk is a little niche, because now it's like, well, I don't have, my entire perk is literally useless because of the fact that I have to go all the way across the map to activate it. But it's, I guess it's okay because it's a really strong perk. I know he's on a pallet right now, so I'm going to make him drop that pallet. I want him to vault it, but he's not stupid. So I'll go around, hoping I can get him to vault the pallet, but nope, because there's another pallet right in front of him, because this game has really annoying pallets. And I'm mad right there, because I made the perfect idea read that would have hit him before live activated. But because for some reason the pallet didn't want to break immediately, I thought the pallet would have broken way earlier, but it didn't. So I was like, great. This guy's gonna vault, he's gonna drop the pallet down because he has no other options. And now I'm gonna keep looping this pallet that could easily break and wait for him to vault it. And then he kind of got scared, so he kept vaulting it over again. And I'm like, okay, you're not as bad as I thought you were to deal with. Then someone gets claw trapped, I'm like, yeah. And I get a free injure, because people don't know where my drones are. I find it funny because like a lot of times I get free injures because people just end up running the drones and not understanding there's a drone here. So now I'm gonna go after this girl who's injured because I'm like, yay, free down. Because you didn't pay attention to the drone. And now I'll get steamroll. And this is what I mean by like Stormmerchant can sometimes steamroll games. And I guess maybe that was the reason why the person commented saying Stormmerchant's annoying to deal with. But in my head, I said to her, I said like, I don't understand what you mean, because there's way more annoying killers than Stormmerchant. Like, I'm confused. Like, how do you complain about Stormmerchant, but then there's killers like Blight, who literally can just run around the entire map like Sonic, and then get all his charges back with one add-on, and do it again. Like, I don't understand. Meanwhile, Stormmerchant has to walk to her target, put a drone up. The drone has to scan you 3 times. Then you get injured, and I still have to down you. It's not like I can just kill you. Meanwhile, Blight's like fast moving, hit, win. I know it's not really just like that, but my point is, I don't understand how people can complain about Stormmerchant when there's other killers that do the same exact thing, but better in every way. And then they try and say, make it seem like Stormmerchant's the best thing on the planet. I'm like, no. Like, I have a video against a streamer. He didn't say the Stormmerchant was broken, but he was like, I'm surprised people using this killer. They must know the killer is strong. I'm like, the Stormmerchant is pretty strong, but she's not like broken. That's why it's fun to use her. But the problem is, it can be a little annoying to use it sometimes too, because you can't really do much in certain situations. So right here, this girl, I got lost by the way. Right here, this girl is gonna try and not get scanned by the drone because she knows one more scan equals injured. So I'm trying to figure out where she is, and then it hit me, she's right in front of me. So then I tried to get her to move in front of a drone, but there's not really any good drones. Sadly, I placed none in really good spots. Also, the scratch marks in this game are just so bad, I swear. Like, literally, half the time you'll run, and the scratch marks will be in the wrong direction. I'm like, why? Why can't y'all just follow her perfectly? Like, why you gotta be all around the map? So I'm still chasing this girl who I can't see, and I finally find her, and then I'm like, okay. She's running towards a claw trap. She's running towards a drone. Hopefully I can get a claw trap on her. And we do. And then sadly, because she just got claw trapped, Desolation didn't activate, and I'm like, ah. But then really is the room I was talking about. I hate this room. because the top floor leads to two really annoying sections, and then one of those sections leads to a spot where you literally can't do anything to hit the survivor unless you go up there, or you're playing a ranged killer. And the other section leads into a vault that drops down in front of another pallet. So it's really, really annoying. But she died on hook, so I wasn't really worried. While I was chasing her too, someone else died on hook. So I was like, okay. It was weird though, 'cause I didn't expect them to die like that, but apparently they just killed themselves on the hook, so that's fine. Or no one rescued them. But right here, I'm going to hit this girl, and luckily, I had this pallet down, and I didn't break it. Well, I didn't, what's it called? It didn't lift back up. Now I go upstairs. I thought she went upstairs, but because of scratch marks, did not do anything, and I'm bad. It just really, really annoyed me, and I went the wrong way. So now I'm lost because I'm like, well, the scratch marks clearly went to the left, and I went in this room. Now I'm gonna follow these scratch marks, but I'm unintentional, so she doesn't know where I'm coming from. And then she goes up here. I'm like, oh no. And being up here is really, really annoying because there's not really much I can do. I was hoping I could fall and like make myself recover faster, but nope, because these falls aren't really that long. Now he's in this room, and then while I'm chasing this one survivor, the last guy is doing all the gens. I get a claw trap. I'm like, yes. Now sadly, she's injured, so I don't get any value from Desolation. But because she runs into 2 drones, she gets 13% hindered, and that twice in a row. So that's fun. So now I'm gonna hook this girl for the first time ever, and now all I have to do is find the last guy, and then we're good. I would just camp the hook because honestly, it's the best option. But because of the fact that you can't camp hooks in this game anymore because they'll get them so free, I literally have to sadly chase this guy instead of waiting for him to try and go for the rescue or whatever. So I know he's probably on this gen right here because the generator has the most progress. So I went towards first, but also he's been on the gen before, so I know he should know it has progress. But he did not go towards the gen, so I'm like, oh. But I'm gonna put a drone out there just in case he does go back to it, so maybe I can try and get him. But he's probably going for the rescue, but the girl killed herself, so I'm like, okay. So now I gotta find the hatch before he does. But the hatch can spawn literally anywhere on this map, so it's like, how do I find the hatch on this map before he does? So I'm looking for either the hatch or I'm looking for him. The hatch doesn't spawn over here, I don't hear any noise. So I'm praying I can find the hatch fast enough, but sadly I don't hear or see anything. So he's most likely going to get the hatch before me, but it's fine. But at the same time, I want to kill everyone. But then I hear it and I'm like, yes. So now I'm going to him. I'm going to whoop the hatch, and I'm going to put a drone on both exit gates if possible. And I see scratch marks, so I know that he's somewhere. So I'm looking for around, but I don't see anything. And then the second, by the way, the second I hear, I just went, yep, and I found you. And then there's no way he can get away from me because he is injured, and he also, I know he is, I have a radar, and I win. I love Skull Merchant. And we kill everyone. That's why we saved the worst person for last, because I knew he was being really annoying. All he did was do gens the entire game. Like, he persuaded me to try and chase him, and then he did gens the entire game. That's funny. But that was a really, really fun, easy game. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be using perks with every single Chucky perk. I mean, I'll be using builds with every single Chucky perk, because they're all really good, actually. I'm going to make videos with them. But I have more videos coming as well, but I'll see you on the next video. I hope you really enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll read every single comment, whether it's good or bad, and I'll always reply. So like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Have a nice day.